This meditation is called Grounding Through the Feet. In this meditation, we're going to ground ourselves by visualizing roots growing from our feet. It's really important to provide ourselves with grounding, as this can connect us with the earth we live on, making us feel centered or grounded, and it can also take our mind away from the worries of the day, if just for a little while. So making sure you're sitting with an upright posture and that your feet are firmly placed on the floor, and closing your eyes if you feel comfortable to do so, otherwise just softening your gaze on the floor in front of you. And let's start our meditation by taking 3 purposefully deep breaths. On the in-breath, noticing the lungs fully expanding, and on the out-breath, noticing how deflated the lungs become. Noticing the movement of the chest area and belly area as we breathe in a deep breath and breathe it all the way out. Just keeping our attention on these 3 breaths as we slowly take them. And once we've taken our 3 purposefully deep breaths, just allowing the breath to return to its normal pace. And now taking your awareness to your physical body, feeling into your posture, how the sitting bones feel in the chair. How does it feel to be in this position at this moment? Noticing how gravity holds us in the chair. And what sensations can we feel with our body making contact with the chair? Perhaps there are pressure points where the body meets the chair. Or perhaps there are areas of warmth or cold, depending on what area of body is touching the chair. Or perhaps as you breathe, there is a slight movement of the body in the chair. Just focusing on whatever sensations are here for you right now, with your body making contact with the chair. And now taking your awareness to check the body for tension being held. We often hold tension the most in the jaw, the shoulders, the eye area and the stomach. So just doing a check-in with these areas and just trying to soften those areas if you can, if you're aware of any tension being held. Just breathing into any areas of tension. And now, allowing your focus of attention to go to the feet and sensing into the feet, making contact with the floor. Notice how firm your feet are connected with the ground beneath you. How sturdy your feet are on the ground. How they keep you positioned in the chair. Notice how the ground is supporting you, holding you in place. With our full focus on the feet now, as you breathe, starting to visualize roots appearing from your feet. really grounding you, anchoring you to the floor. The roots begin to penetrate the top of the earth, and they start to spread and grow, rooting further and further, growing and flowing deeper and deeper. A mass of roots growing wider and wider through the soil. They continue travelling through all levels of the earth, the mud, the soil, the rocks. There's nowhere the roots can't reach. An entire map of roots anchoring our feet to the floor, growing deeper and deeper, wider and wider. The roots continue to grow, continuing to spread, growing and growing, deeper and deeper, wider and wider, until such time as they reach the very centre of the earth. And as we know, roots are the part of the plant that suck up all the goodness in order to feed the plant. So imagining now, from where the roots are stretched far and wide, them drinking up some of the abundance of goodness and nourishment from the ground, sucking the goodness and nourishment and bringing it back through the roots, all the way back to where the feet can receive the nourishment and goodness and spread it to the entire body. The roots are providing so much nourishment from the earth to feed the body. Whatever nourishment the body needs, the roots will provide. The root starts to fill up the feet with nourishment, pulling the nourishment, sucking the nourishment through the roots and into the feet, until the feet are so full up they can't take any more. The nourishment, the goodness, continues to be sucked up by the roots and continues to be drawn into the feet, so the feet now have to push the nourishment up into the lower legs. And the roots continue to suck up goodness and nourishment to feed the body until the lower legs are so full they cannot hold any more and have to start pushing the goodness and nourishment up into the upper legs. There's an abundance of nourishment in the earth. The roots continue to bring more and more nourishment up into the body, through the feet, and now it's completely filled the upper legs. More nourishment and goodness comes back to the body from the roots, and so it starts to fill up the torso, until the torso is completely full. It cannot fill any more in. The roots are still bringing more and more nourishment, and the goodness starts to overflow into the arms, completely filling the arms full of nourishment and goodness. But still, more and more nourishment is filling our body from the roots under the feet. More and more nourishment are coming up through our feet, which is still anchoring our feet to the ground. The roots continue to suck up nourishment until even our neck and our head is full of goodness. This energy has now filled every single organ in your body. There isn't an inch of your body that hasn't benefited from this nourishment. body is full to the brim. The body is so full of nourishment and goodness now, we have to make some room. So spending a moment now thinking about anything that you want to let go of, bringing it to mind, and on your next breath, letting go of it on the release of the breath, or releasing what is no longer needed. The negative energy that's in our body, it isn't needed. So on the out breath, having a sense of letting go of any negative energy. We need this space for the new energy that we've just invited into our body. The troubled thoughts that's in our mind, they are not needed. So on this next out breath, having a sense of letting go of any troubled thoughts. We have made more space for the new energy that we've just invited into our body. The worries that consume our mind, they are not needed. So on this next out breath, having a sense of letting go of the worries. Again, we have made more space for the new energy that we have received into our body. And now our body is full of positive energy and refreshed. So before we end this practice, let's imagine now that the roots on our feet can be drawn back to our feet, back from where they started, taking the roots back because we know we may need them again sometime. Just taking the roots back into the feet until they are all back to where they started. And bringing our attention now back to the here and now, and bringing our focus to our body sat here in the chair, noticing the points of contact between the body and the chair. And allowing our focus now to come to any noises you can hear around you. Noises that are far away or noises that are near. Just noticing how these noises come and go. And when you're ready, gently and slowly opening the eyes.